Okay guys, I'm here today with Greg and Melita, huge honor for me. Guys, Greg is the host of the Jiu-Jitsu Motivation podcast, and he also owns a Jiu-Jitsu school in the Hamptons, so the Hamptons Jiu-Jitsu. And he's just shooting one instructional video here that's very, very interesting, which is going to be called What I Wish I Knew When I Was a White Belt, right, Greg?
That's it.
And today he's going to show us here one of his favorite moves, which is a better way to do the cross-collar choke. So I think cross-collar choke, it's a technique that everybody learns when they are white belt, and he's going to show us here a way to improve your cross-collar choke. So let's do it, Greg.
So if I have my partner on his knees, just as an example, right? We could even start on both of our knees. This is a great drill that you can do day one with the student. You want to teach them the concept that the collar is a rope, right? And you got to be able to know when to make no slack and create slack, right? So if I enter, the important grip is that first hand, right? I want to get this first hand all the way to the tag, okay? But the second hand, a lot of people have problem entering because the first hand is pulling too tight. It makes this so tight to get the grip in. So I have to treat this, if this is pulling and making this too tight, then I gotta push it and look at all the slack I just created here.
I like it. No, that makes a lot of sense.
So if I'm here, I enter the first hand and now everybody's trying to get the second hand in, it's tough. I punch this to the back and look, it loosens the whole thing up. And then I can enter into a choke.
Yeah, and can you also talk about the concept of having my head underneath your head?
Yeah,
that was
so
a great concept.
I think a lot of people, you guys owe it to yourself to look into some of the history of some of the legends in the sport. Yep. And one of them is Fernando Margarita Pontes, just a huge influence in my early game. And when I noticed he was doing these collar chokes, one of the concepts was he's creating slack and not creating slack. The other one is it's all about your partner's head alignment with yours, okay? So in other words, I think in even like a regular cross collar butterfly closed guard, you get your grips. Now we talked about the concept of slack and I come in. But I think from here, a lot of people just think it's all technique, but they think either ear to ear or elbows to the chest and stretch and expand the chest. But what are they doing when they do that? I want your head below my head. Look.
Man, that's incredible.
If I just think getting my partner's head below mine, I mean, look at a legend like Hodger.
Yep.
How deadly is Hodger's mounted cross choke?
Yeah. So you always want to keep your opponent's head underneath your head.
Underneath. And I think that really helped me. Just simple concepts enable you to get advanced. So like in the example of the mounted choke, instead of getting the collar, and it looks same concept. If I get the collar and I pull here, it's gonna be hard to find this. If I punch it and then I start to swim, and I can find that, I can play with that. But once I get this, it's not, I mean, I can grapevine and go here, or it's not ear to ear. It's thinking, use my weight, use my body weight, and get my head above my partner's head and weight.
Yeah, well, Greg, what fascinates me about Jiu-Jitsu is exactly this. Like, I have seen this choke at least like 1,000 times in my life, but I had never thought about this concept about keeping the head underneath the head, you know, like, and it makes a lot of sense now that you're saying, you know, like.
And that just translates to, I mean, a lot of things that you do.
Yeah. Okay, and another interesting fact here that I'm noticing is that, for example, this instruction is all about what I wish I know when I was a white belt. And sounds like you told me you got your blue belt in 2001. So probably 2000 you were a white belt, right? Sounds like you got really inspired when you were a white belt because you were showing technique from Margarita and he was like 99, 2000 kind of. BJ Penn. So sounds like your white belt was a time on your career where you really inspire yourself and develop a lot of stuff that you still use nowadays.
Yeah, I mean, think about anybody that either owns an academy, have a new student start. When are their eyes lighting up when they're first learning? When they first start, in the first few months.
I remember my first class.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. So, like, I think that it's important to curate a new student when they're like a sponge right away with simple concepts.
Yeah, no, I really like it. Yeah, so guys, Greg just shot this entire instruction all about what I wish I knew when I was a white belt. And as you can see, like, he just demonstrated one of the techniques here and it was really, really cool. So it's going to be at bjjfanatics.com very soon. Maybe by the time you're watching, it's already there. So make sure to check that out. And thanks so much, Greg.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Please help me out to grow my YouTube channel. Just click subscribe. And to watch more videos, just click under see more videos. I hope you enjoyed.
BJJFanatics.com. Use the promo code YouTubeFaria to get 10% off any instructional video. Improve your jiu-jitsu faster.